Hey guys!
Welcome, let's get you slinging some BBs. Now there's going to be a few key things that you need to know, including what essential gear you'll need. So let's start by getting what you need before getting the things that you'll want. So an absolute must is eye protection. Airsoft guns, while not real firearms, can still cause injury when mishandled or strikes an unprotected body part. An essential non-negotiable rule is to always wear your proper eye protection on the field. This usually means some sort of full sealed goggle, full face mask that's specifically designed for airsoft. You don't want to cheap out on this, as your eyesight is far more important than a few little pennies. Some places will allow for non-full seal goggles. These do have the advantage of a low risk of fogging, but at the cost of safety. So depending on your face shape and glasses design, you might have a direct line of sight to your eye if you're unlucky. Fortunately, if you do fog with full seal goggles, there's also anti-fog units that can circulate air with a small fan to help eliminate this. There are different ways an airsoft gun gets its power from, commonly electric, gas blowback, high pressure air, and spring powered. For beginners, starting with an AEG is a great starting point due to its ease of use and low entry cost. I recommend you get an AEG with an M4 style by simply searching on your local supplier's store for the one that you like the look of, and then check the reviews on owner groups and forums. You'll want something that can become your backup darling, the old reliable. Starting with an M4 means they are typically affordable, and you'll be starting with a platform that many others around you will already have experience with, which will help if you ever get into any issues with your pew. More people around will likely know a solution. When you do get it, make sure to safely get familiar with how the gun operates, how to load it, any features it may have, and certainly take the time to take it apart and give it a quick clean. Many pews will come from the manufacturer, still with the coolant or protective oils in the barrel, so quickly give that internal barrel a clean for your best performance. If you go with an AEG, make sure it comes with a battery that you can find a good charger for online. Also consider a LiPo charging bag, just to be safe. Now let's talk about ammo. Make sure you bring some high quality BBs designed for airsoft guns. Cheap or low quality BBs can damage your gun or leave residue within the barrel. Different weights of BBs do exist, and the best choice often depends on your gun and playstyle. But as a beginner, a decent sized bag of .2s or .25s is usually a good starting point. As you'll become more familiar with your setup, you're able to keep within the safety limits in terms of power. You'll want to move up to heavier weights, especially for outdoor play. I find around about .32s is about the right balance for cost to performance. Your new pew should come with one magazine, but this is typically going to be a high capper. You'll definitely want at least one or two extra mags. So make sure to go for mid-style caps, because high caps are great if you want to become a tactical maraca. Plus, there is nothing more fun than needing to quickly reload in the middle of a shootout. When buying mags, I would recommend buying a small amount first to make sure they fit your pew. While you'd think that all M4 mags would fit an M4, manufacturing tolerances between brands can create tight or loose mags. Alright, for footwear you're going to want some quality sturdy boots or athletic shoes with light ankle support. Walking boots are a good option for outdoor play, but if you're out looking for a new boot, then I highly recommend the Hyax Black Eagle hunting boots. I use the low cut version, but if you want to have some more ankle support, then the medium height would be ideal. A BB loader is a tool required for loading mid and low cap magazines, as it pushes the BB directly into the feed tube. This simple speed loader is inexpensive, but an essential tool. You can upgrade it into a cranking style of loader, but expect to replace the gears more frequently than you would expect. Alright, up until now you've not had any clothing, so let's get you some long sleeves and some trousers to protect your skin from BB marks and the environment. I wouldn't bring your Sunday best, particularly for outdoor play, as thorns will tear them apart. As you could guess, basic camouflage or natural colours will help you blend into the environment. Having a bright blue jacket will just make your game more difficult. You might already have some suitable clothes, but as you get more into airsoft, you'll want to upgrade your look and have some knee pads to make your games more comfortable. You'll want to bring these every single time. You will want a cheap multi-tool set, some scissors, a pair of snips, electrical tape, PTFE tape, and some fabric tape. Countless times you'll need to make adjustments to your kit and gameplay repairs. Making sure that you have these on you is a great way to not only make sure that you get to play with your second favourite toy, but also a quick way to make some friends with some people who aren't quite as conscientious as you. Alright, now it's time for your luxury items. These you do not need. These are pretty low on the priority list of wants, but once you do have them, you're going to love them. Now this one I was tempted to put on as a need, as it's directly related to health and safety, and that's hearing protection. What? Hearing protection in the form of active headset serves three purposes. Of course, they protect your ears from loud sounds. Experienced players will all have their ears ringing one point when a nade has gone off next to them. As you already know, ringing is accompanied with permanent hearing damage. Putting on what I recommend as a great bang for buck hearing protection option is SkyTac's ComTac 3. These will let you keep your hearing, but also enhance by amplifying low level noises, while keeping those damaging sounds suppressed. Another great advantage to these is the ease of connecting to a radio for you to coordinate with your team. More importantly, flaming your mates who are on the other side.
I'm at your ma's house.
4 radios that you cannot go wrong with is Bofang's UV5R. A great all-rounder and works perfectly with SkyTac's setup. Set it up with a push-to-talk to keep the channel clear for good communication. Let's talk about how to carry your equipment onto the field. If you want to go for a more realistic mil-sim look, then a chest rig is going to be a must. You can attach mag pouches and other equipment to the molly system. But if you're like me and prefer something more towards the sporting side, then a Velcro belt is a great lightweight solution with easy access to your equipment. It also keeps the weight of that equipment on your hips, saving you back pain. Just make sure that you try and keep the belt balanced in order to minimize how far out the equipment on your hips go. You might not be able to get through that door. If you're looking for something more speed soft style, I describe as the most sport focused side of the hobby, then a flex belt would be a good consideration. This lets you only hold mags in the small of your back, but it will sit a little higher than the Velcro belt and it's just above the hips. The advantage to this is that it will be the smallest profile and the lightest option, but attaching other equipment will be a challenge, as they are typically designed just to hold the mags. Slings are a surprisingly controversial part of my gameplay, but you do not need a sling unless you want it. Personally, I enjoy the extra freedom of movement that not having a sling offers, but it's not to say that you wouldn't benefit from one. You have 3 main types of sling: 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point. To oversimplify, less points means more movement, less stability. So you need to balance in for what you want and your needs. Bump helmets are a great way not to hurt yourself when charging around the place. If you're anything like me, you're going to need a bump helmet. You can use this helmet to mount extra equipment such as ear protection, cameras, lights, camo covers, night vision, and most importantly for some people, patches. Getting a fast MT replica can be relatively cheap while opening up these options for your kit. Sidearms are great fun and a must if you have a DMR or sniper. A good sidearm will likely be your first experience with using gas as a power source. They can be great fun on their own or used as a backup as they are intended to be. Find a nice spot on your belt or chest and have some fun. Popular options are the MK23 for that super quiet and surprisingly great range and accuracy, but it lacks that blowback features that sidearms are so great for. A popular option is the High Kappa platform. These are great fun for snappy gameplay and have some fantastic feeling blowbacks. Now you're going to want something that goes bang. Reusable impact grenades are great for room clearing, as you can instantly clear out a death trap for a low cost. Reusables are cheaper methods to go bang compared to disposable cardboard pyro. Primers or blanks can be significantly cheaper to use. Braytac did send me their kit over a year ago and it's been great fun ever since. I also use a Quake when I am confident that will work, as they're a bit less reliable. As they have a carousel system, it does mean that I can go and reset it quickly and use it again when next needed. That's all my gear recommendations. You don't need to bring every single piece of your kit every single game. Don't overload, try to stay as nimble as possible. That's my advice for you. But let's go into some of the non-gear stuff. Before you even step on a field, do find a reputable airsoft field or group. This is crucial for safe and enjoyable experiences. Established fields will have rules, safety briefings, and experienced players who can offer guidance. Once you're at a field, listen carefully to the safety briefing. Every field has its own specific rules, and it's your responsibility to know and follow them. This indicates things like minimum engagement distances, prohibited areas, and how to call yourself out when hit. For instance, my local site requires players to stand once hit. This is often forgotten by players who've played Airsoft for a long time but are new to the site, so always make sure to listen out for any sort of specific rule changes or differences at the start of the day. I'm going to end with my number 1 tip for newcomers. Just ask an experienced player. Most of us are absolutely lovely. We want to share our amazing hobby with you, and we're more than happy to help. We also probably have spare little bits and bobs that can help you out more than they can help us out. So don't be scared. Ask people around you. Say hi. You know. Remember, Airsoft is a game of honour and sportsmanship, and we take that into the safe zone. So have a good time out there.
Leave him alone!
Remember to stay honest and have fun.
Very vague. I'll sit this one out.